Hey. Hi guys, it's Rebecca. How you all doing today? I hope you all are well. I'm live again. I'm trying to go live every day so I can get used to it. But today I was thinking about a a topic that I think is really vital to everyone. I'm going to be talking about friendships. When friendships expire and knowing when to end them. Friends are so vital in our lives. Like, we need friends, um, either to feel part of a social group or we have friends when we growing up, or friends because we just need friends in our lives. We have friends for different reasons. But friendships should be something that is authentic, should be something that is genuine, that is from the soul, from the heart. Have you had that kind of friend where you know that they're gonna be there for you no matter what? Like, if you need them, they're there. If you are down, they're there to lift you up. And you also know the kind of friends where if you're down, they're not there for you, but you give everything to them. If you need someone to lift you up, they're gonna squash you down. And it's never what you give. I'm not saying we're given because we want to get, but when you give and get nothing back, so you find yourself giving into this relationship with your friend, you do everything for them, you make sacrifice for them, you're very caring towards them, you love your friend, but you don't feel the same way. You don't feel like they're caring, they're loving, they're there for you. Maybe it's time to end it. Because if you don't trust that person, you don't feel like they love you, why are you friends with them? Why pretend? Why needing this friendship for social reasons? Why needing this friendship just to say you're not on your own? Sometimes it's best to be alone than to be in, a wrong relationship. Like the French would say, c'est mieux d'être seul, d'être mal accompagné, right? So it's difficult when you're in that sort of situation where you have friends that you think you can count on, and then it's a rainy day and they disappear from your life. I'll give you an example. So I had friends in my previous marriage. When I was previously married, I had lots of friends. I had friends in interracial communities. I had friends from before, from church, from, social groups, some colleagues from work. I had friends, and I would do parties. I would invite them for a meal. I thought they were a big part of my life, right? It was shocking when I got divorced, when I filed for divorce. They all started, like, not all of them. I mean, some of them stayed with me, but I noticed these friends that were just like, literally cut you off. Literally act like you don't mean anything anymore because you're not married. They stop visiting you. They start making you feel uncomfortable around them and their partners, and make you feel like, oh, you're going to take my husband, or you're looking at my husband, and they accuse you of all sorts of things. Like, they make you feel so inferior, and it's only like if you're a strong person, you go, well, I'm not going to be inferior because of how you make me feel, So you have the sort of friends that would destroy you to the ground when you're already feeling like you're low, instead of picking you up, right? So when that happened, I was okay. I just dusted my feet and I was like, goodbye, no problem. We move on. There's nothing lost, right? It was heartbreaking because these were people that, I thought were my longtime friends. So when you have your friends turn your back on you, what do? You move on with your life and wish them well. It'll be painful for a while, but you know that that's becoming really toxic. That not not because you're trying to dump on them all your issues or all your problems, but when they were in similar situations, you were there for them. You were their best friend. You make them a meal. If their family, if there was a death, you're there. If there was family problems, you're there. If there was financial problems, you're giving. If there was anything that you can do from your capacity, you will do it. But when it's your turn to for someone to your friend to be there for you, they're not. When it's your turn for your friend to speak good of you, they speak bad of you. They degrade you. They disrespect you. Why are you with that kind of friend? So it's when you're down, you know who your true friends are, right? So when you're in that sort of situation and you see friends acting strange when you need them most, just say it's okay and just cut them off your life, because that's a toxic relationship. If they can't stand for you as a friend when you need them, they will never be there for you, right? And if they're there when all things are good, then they're not true friends if they're not there when things are bad, right? So when I got remarried, I decided to stay on my own after that. I just stayed to myself, continue taking care of my kids, look after my business, go to work. And when I got remarried, or when I had a boyfriend, they all came back. Oh, they want to be my friends straight away. They send me messages, or they want to come to the wedding, or that was even before the wedding, or they want to be back in my life. But when I was single, divorced, alone with my children, they weren't there for me, right? They stopped inviting me to dinners. They stopped inviting me to parties. And now I'm remarried. They want to be my friend again. So, and I said to myself, there's no way in hell or in heaven I'm going to be friends with them. I've forgiven them. I've moved on with my life. But I didn't need that toxicity back in my life. So I wish them well. And even when they showed interest of, trying to get back as friends, I was like, well, I hope you're well, but I don't think this relationship is going to work. And I wish you all the best. Really honest with them. I wish you all the best and I hope it works out for you. But I've moved on with my life. So when your friendships end, when it's no longer good for your mental health, when you're not feeling it anymore, don't beat yourself, don't feel sad, just move on with your life and say, okay, this hasn't worked out. It's not for me. I love them and I love them enough to let them go. And you let them go. Because if you don't, they're going to come back and hurt you 100 times as much. And when does it ever end? It's not like you're not forgiving. But the true meaning of friendship is love, is caring. And if you're not getting that care and you're not getting that love, there's no point. It's time wasting. It should be give and take. When you're down, they pick you up. When you're sad, they're there for you. It's not like you're dumping all your problems on them, but they're there when you need them most. And if your friends are not there when you need them most, what is the point? If your friend is going to be with a group of women gossiping you instead of elevating you, talking down on you, instead of being there for you, it's time to go. And you see good things will start happening to you, to your life, when you don't have all these toxic relationships anymore. It just gets better and better. And you're not bitter anymore because you're not bitter anymore because you've moved on from it, right? And you see that you can do so much better all by yourself. And I'm speaking from experience. And I discovered that I was able to do so much more for myself. I loved myself, and I didn't need people around me that are negative energies that are making me feel less of a human. So nobody's better than you. Nobody is more important than you. You're all equal, you know? But what's most important is you yourself, how you love yourself, how you carry yourself. And if your friends are not happy with that, they're not your friends. Sometimes we stay in relationships too long, you know, relationships that should expire, friendships that should be over and done with, you know, and you go, oh, she was my childhood friend, or, oh, she was my friend when we were in high school, or she was in the same social group as I was. I mean, Jesus made 30 friends. Jesus made friends when he was 30. He made 12 disciples at 30. You can always remake friends. You can always meet new people. Don't limit yourself to toxicity, to bad friends, to people who tear you down just to belong, to people who go because you're not wearing that Gucci, or you're not wearing that, carrying that Louis Vuitton bag, or because you're not wearing the high heels that they're wearing. You don't belong to their gang or their group. You don't have to belong as long as you're comfortable with yourself and you're happy with who you are. You don't need to belong to any group of people. You don't need to belong to any gang of women or men. Like, just be you. Celebrate you. Be happy. And you see things will start working out for you. Things will get better. Because I tell you, some people are like enemies of progress. It's sad. It's a sad world we live in. Like, the minute you tell them your life, the minute they think, oh, your life is better than their life, there's jealousy, there's unnecessary arguments, there's unnecessary hate. Real friends will be happy for you when you're doing good, when your life is getting better. They're happy for you. If my friend's life is improving, if my friend buys a car, or they bought a house, or I celebrate my friends, like, I'm super happy for them. And I expect that when it's my time, I'm sure my friends will be super happy for me too. But if you have friends and when you have something good, all they do is tear it down and they talk it down and go, oh, yeah, those shoes are not as nice as mine, or I don't think that's the best bag. I don't think that's the best shoes. And you know that you really love that bag, you love that shoe, but they never celebrate you. Why are you with such people? Be free to cut them off. And cut them off for good. Not because you hate them, but because you love yourself. And you want to live a happy life. So that's what I see with friendships. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, what are your experiences with friends? This is my, personal experience. And the good thing is I have good friends now. Like, I know my friends. I know my friends love me and I love them. And I'm more than happy to be there for them because it's a human thing to do, you know? But having friends that drain you, that, dump on you, that don't trust you, that treat you bad, that talk down on you, that affect your self-esteem. You have friends that tell you, oh, you're fat, I'm thin, I'm beautiful, you're ugly, and they laugh and they say, oh, it's a joke. You don't need friends like that in your life. You know? You don't. You can do better. And you can meet people that are better, that won't judge you for what you are, that won't judge you for who you are, but they will love you for who you are, not what you are. You see what I'm saying? They love you no matter what. And they are there for you. They are there to pick you up. You know? That's what you call true friendship. You know? That's my experience with friends. I mean, you can be forgiven. Of course, sometimes friends don't get along and they have misunderstanding, and that happens. But when you have friends that they hurt you all the time and you forgive them, but one day you hurt them, they treat you so bad. One mistake, one slip, it's like you are outcast, right? If you're forgiving to your friend, they should be forgiving to you. And if they're not forgiving to you, they're not your friend. And it's sometimes when you go through difficult times, like really bad situations, then that you know that, oh, this person is my friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed. And that saying is so true. And it's not because you want to get something from someone. No, you're not being friends because of what you want to get, but because you value that person, you value that friendship. And when that friendship is not reciprocal, it's not, you're not getting what you're giving. You're not, I don't know. I mean, he's blessed to give than to receive, as the scripture says. But it's also human to want to be treated nicely and fairly, right? And if you're not being treated fairly, what's the point? You know. So I would say quit toxic relationships with friends. Like, know when to say, this is enough. I'm drawing boundaries, I'm drawing the line, and it has to stop. And stop it with pride, and move forward and say, I'm done, and I'm okay with it. And have no fear, because there you will find new friends that would love you for who you are. You know? Don't be with friends that will make you do things that you never will do because, oh, you want to please your friend. Don't be a people pleaser. You know? Be able to say, fuck off, I'm done, literally. Don't mean to be rude, but you know what I mean? You should be able to stand firm and draw the line and go, I'm done with this and I'm okay with it. You know. So that's how I see it. And that's how I practically live my life. And it's nice when you have genuine friendship, when you have genuine people who won't come to your home and shame you, who won't gossip you when you're down. Rather, they'll come and say, oh, what can we do to help, to make things better, to lift you up, right? That's the kind of friendship we need in our world today. And it can be sad when you see women who are lonely forcing themselves in relationships with other women just because they need a friend. You don't need a friend, that kind of friend. You don't have to force yourself to any negative relationships. And when you have that natural friendship, it will last because you both value each other as friends and you do anything for each other. And you don't have to have so many friends, you know. Even if you have just one friend, that's enough. And if you don't have any friend, that's okay too. You be okay, right? Until the genuine ones will come to you. I've seen situations where people you think they're your friend and you do everything for them. You take their kids, you babysit their children, they come to see you, you cook dinner, you go to see them, you don't get dinner. You need help with babysitting, they can't help you, but you always babysit their kids. You're being used, sadly. Because they don't value what you give. So stop giving. Start living, right? So that's my take on friendships. Tell me what your experiences are with your friends. And I'm sure you have good friends. I have good friends in my life. And I'm more like a, I don't know how to say it. I don't need people to be happy. I'm happy all by myself. And when I have people in my life that are happy, I appreciate them, right? So tell me your experiences, how you've been hurt by friends, what you did to resolve the situation, how did you get out of the conflict? Did you try talking to them and see if they would change? And if they didn't change, what was your next step? How did you move on from it? So let me know. I just said I'll bring this issue up. And you know, as friends, as people who love, as humans, like, we should be happy when people are happy. We should celebrate our friends. We should love our friends. We should help our friends when they're down. We should be there and just share laughter. You know, being there for other people is a good thing. It's not like when your friend does something great in your life and all you do is mock them and discredit them. That's no friendship. I mean, we should all work on ourselves and be better humans, right? So, and I'm talking to myself too. I'm just sharing my experiences of friendships. And, you know, that divorce thing taught me a big lesson. I don't hate them, but I don't need them in my life. I outgrew them. And I'm in a better place. So if you've been hurt by a friend, or you've been hurt by friends, don't worry, you find true friendship in time. You find what is best for you, what you deserve. You know, you don't need toxicity in your life. You don't need bad friends in your life, you know. So yeah, that's the topic for today. I thought I'll share it with you, and please tell me what you think. All right, I'm gonna go. And I wish you all a good evening. It's, what time is it here? Yeah, it's 3:40 in California. So I don't know what time is it wherever you are, but tell me where you're watching from, and I would love to know you all better. Take care and lots of love. Bye.